So let's first open to the After Effects and let's create a new composition, and we'll call it render, and we'll keep the we'll make the width 1920 and height 1080p. And I think all of the other things are fine. 10 seconds and the frame rates the 25 both are fine, I guess. I don't have to change anything, and click OK. So now we have created a render composition. Now let's create another composition, and let's name the composition Torus. So in that composition, what we have to do is we have to change the width and height. So we'll make the width 4000 here, and the height is 4000 again. So because we want a square circle, and click OK. So as we created the torus composition, so we'll create a round circular thing in this composition. So to create a round circular thing, what we need to do, we can do a lot of things. So let's select the polygon tool, ellipse tool here, and after ellipse tool, let's click the right button here. First we have to change the fill to none. We have to change the fill to none, and what we have to do, we have to click OK, and then we have to change. We have to the color is right. We have to change the pixel size is 5000. Let's create it 500. Sorry, and then let's create a circle on the composition. So after you create a composition, it's you can make it on your own, and let's put the circle in the middle. And here you can see let's what we can do here is let's make the circle a bit larger, I guess. I think it's a bit small. Yeah, this is fine right now. I think this fine, totally fine. So after we managed to get the size of the circle, what we need to do here right now is let's change the name of the circle to circle. So let's create a circle. So after we created the circle, let's go to the effects and preset and search for 4-color gradient. So 4-color gradient, I think a 4-color gradient is not coming. I guess I've done something wrong here. There's not 4-color gradient here, should be there's something wrong here. Why not it's not coming? So 4-color gradient, I have to cross it down, and I think yeah, there is. Oh yeah. So the 4-color gradient is here on the effects and presets. It's fine, totally fine. So now we can change the this tones little circle. You can see I'm changing it. So if I change it, if I put it in the circle, and I have to put all these 4 centers to the circle, and let's play with the colors, right? So I think pink is right. I guess I have to change it to blue or something. I think this looks fine, but I think yeah, this looks fine. And then the next one is color 4, and let's change it to something like greenish, and something a bit deep green or something. It's fine. Deep green, and then it's red. Okay, so let's change it to red. Yes, totally fine. Red is good. I think this looks okay. No, let's should I change? No, it's fine. It's totally fine. And let's do some customization. Let's put it here a bit, and it would work just fine. I think the yellow looks fine. No problem here. So after that, should it I think the yellow, and let's change the blue a little bit, change the green part, and change the red part a little bit. I think this looks fantastic right now. The colors are popping, it looks amazing, and I think yeah, a little bit. You can change it, guys, as you wish, or if you want. I think a deep blue, deep yellow is fine as well. So after that, let's do. We have to go to the next step. So what we need to do here right now is let's duplicate the circle, and let's name it to the shadow, right? So after naming it the shadow, what we need to do is we need to delete the part of the shadow which is the 4-color gradient, and now it's totally white. And let's decrease the stroke a little bit, I guess. I think we have to decrease a lot, less than, I guess, 416. Now I think more. I think you should make it totally white, black right now. Yeah, you have to change it to black, and now we can decrease it. So let's make it around, I think, around 134 or something like that, or 145. Yeah, 145 looks perfect. So let's go to the effects and preset, and let's search for fast box blur. So after and let's double click on it, and now what we should do is click on this dot button. You can see we'll click it. Let's change the blur radius first. So the blur radius is 85, right? So so let's change to 85, and I think we should change the stroke to around 125, I guess. It looks good. It looks good right now. So it's totally fine. 125 looks amazing in this picture, and it looks very fantastic. It looks a bit, you can see there's a volume. You can feel it like a 3D volume in it, and without the shadow it looks a bit, flat or something like that, and it's totally perfect right now. As you can see, the shadow and circle are blending with each other. And let's duplicate the circle again, and let's name it the highlight, because we should change the highlight as well, and should put some highlights on the circle. Sorry, I have to write it again. We have to write in mask. So we have to create a mask at first, and let's what should we do is we should put the mask on the top. We should create another duplicate, and now we should name this part is highlights, right? So we have to create a highlight for this torus, and which is a very amazing thing. You can change it to something else if you want. Is your option, is your wish. You want to change it or not. I think this looks totally fine. The highlight is good. The mask is totally good as well. And let's put the mask on top of the composition, and let's put the highlight below below that composition. So let's delete the 4-color gradient part on the mask, and let's put the highlight let's delete the 4-color gradient of the highlight part as well. So now and put the highlight on top of the below of the mask part. Now let's change the stroke to the 0 of the highlights, and I think this looks perfectly fine. And what should we do now? We should change the color to the black, totally black of the highlight, which is I think 0 looks we have to change it to 0 right now. So we made it 0, and it looks okay as per se. So now let's click on this dot button, you can see, and let's now the part where highlight works here, and now we can change the highlights, and let's change the fill to the fill part to the radial gradient. And now you can see there's a dot here, and let's drag the dot to the right part, and you can see there's this glowing something which is a little bit glowy here, and it sort of creates a circular glowing things, which is very eye pleasing looking. So let's click on the edit gradient, and let's create on top of the thing, and let's change the opacity to 0%, and let's I think I missed something, and let's go to the edit gradient again, and let's click on the bottom part, and make the and the location, I think is 100% is looks fine here. We don't have to change anything, I guess. So we change it, and location is 100%, right? So let's click OK. So I made it, and then what we need to do here is a very simple thing. Edit gradient, and it looks okay, I guess. The bottom part here is very nice. I think we don't need to change anything, I guess. If you don't change, we have to change it to the bottom part. We have to oh, sorry, I forgot to change the color white. So if I make change the color white, it looks very fantastic. And after we make the color white, what to do is highlight it, and let's so the highlight part is gone. Now we have to change the go to the track mode, and let's say alpha matte track. Click on the alpha matte track, and I think it's fine, totally looking great. And now I can see if I turn around the circle here, I can see there's this sort of the part where turn the circle, there's this bright color, there's this bright white color, which is pretty amazing, pretty absolutely amazing. And highlight is very good. And I think if we change the color to highlight, and the mask is absolutely good. So the contents are really nice. Transform ellipse 1, ellipse part 1, and let's go to transform part. Let's click, where's that thing? I can't find it, I guess. Where is that thing? The ellipse part, we have to, I think we have to click the ellipse part 1 here, right? So if we click the no, we don't have to click the ellipse 1. So we go to the stroke 1 part, and we change the composition. And if we change the composition, what will it do is we change the size of the ellipse part 1. We have to change it to, I think we gotta decrease the ellipse the size a little bit, so it to make it more look natural and more amazing. It looks amazing right now. And if I think we have to change this this bit, and we change now if we change the color, I think if we put it here a little bit right on the surface, and it looks fantastic right now, and it's very amazing. There's no doubt about that. And it is the most important thing right now is if you position it here, and if you make it very often, make it very clear here, and the mask is very on point type. And there's this online thing which is called and let's duplicate the mask and the highlight part again. And if you duplicate the higher mask and highlight part again, it will sort of add some volume here, so some weight on the circle, on the torus. And if we highlight part is, I think we should change it. And let's click on highlight 2, and let's go to the effects and preset, and let's call for fill right now. So now what we have to do is so let's change let's put the circle in the top part. And now I think we should change the color a little bit. So let's change the color to something a bit reddish, but not reddish, is sort of like more purple type, I guess. If you put it in the purple type, it looks there's a bit of gradient here. It's looking pretty amazing. Let's change the circle down at top. Let's resize it. And after resizing the circle here, what we have to do here is pretty simple. We have to take it to the top of the top part. And after the circle part, what we need to do here is let's go to the part where let's change the color. Let's change the circle in the bottom part a little bit. Let's customize the part. Let's see how does it look here. And if we change the circles of the bottom part, and if we change it downside on the right part, it will look pretty amazing here. So I think the torus is right now totally fine here. Now let's go to the render part here. So let's create a new solid. And after creating the solid, let's take the fill, and let's take it to the fill part, and let's change the color a little bit down here, sort of bluish, but not blue, lots of heart thing here. So now let's change the color to the a little bit dark green, dark blue here. And I think this looks okay. Let's customize it. Let's change it a little bit. This looks okay, I guess, right now. So let's click OK. And now what we need to do right now, so we need to go to the part and change it to torus, and let's bring the torus into the composition, the render composition here. And let's rename the thing, and let's write down background here. And after writing it down background here, what you need to do here is, so the torus is in the bottom part, and let's go to the torus. Wait, the torus is not coming. Oh, let's save the project file first. So let's save the project file first, and let's write it down, the save as torus here, because if you don't save your file, it will be after that. I know it's a very bad thing. Sometimes electricity goes off, and it's a very bad thing. So now the torus is a little bit very big, so let's try to fit it in the composition here. So after we try to fit it in the composition, so after fitting it into the composition here, we did it, and after that the tutorial is 25% here, and the scale looks, I think this looks absolutely fine. This looks very fine here. And after creating the torus, what you need to do here is change the rotation a little bit, and let's change the wiggle, and let's press Alt and click on the stopwatch button, and let's write down time into 25, and let's click enter, and let's see what happens after we this. What it will do is it will try to try to multiply the rotation here at 25 times every time it goes up, and it will rotate in its center here. And let's click again, let's change the position also here, and I'll click position, and let's now write wiggle, and let's go for 0.5 comma, I guess 25 or 20. I think 25 looks okay. 25 is okay, and let's okay, I forgot to mention it. Let's write 0.5 25 here, and after write 0.5 25, it looks pretty cool here, and the wiggle effect is very good, and it doesn't belong to anything else, and it looks fantastic right now, I guess. Wiggle 0.5 25 41 41, no, 45 is okay. I think let's change to 45 here. Now it looks pretty good right now, and let's take another new adjustment layer here. So after we take the adjustment layer here, so what we can do here is after taking the adjustment layer, we can take it to the glow. Let's make the torus glow, and let's use the adjustment layer here. So, let's use the adjustment layer here. So after renaming it, let's go to the effects and preset, and let's write glow here, and take it to that circle. And after taking it to the circle, what we'll do is color channels will be around 80%, and glow radius is around 650. So change it to 650, and after changing it to 650, after changing it to 650 here, and we changed it again, and let's change the 8-bit to the 10 bits per 16 bits per channel, and it will create a more accurate it will change the noise here. And let's create another adjustment layer here, and after another adjustment layer, we'll slide down noise. Let's add some noise into the composition. So if we add some noise into the composition, what will happen is it's a very simple thing. It will look more organic, more natural, because everything and nothing is totally perfect here. So noise, what it does actually, it just adds value in it, adds practicality in it. So after let's go to effects and preset, and let's add noise to the composition, and I think we should change the noise a bit, I guess. Let's click on that use color noise. We don't want to use color noise here, so let's write around 3, I guess. 3 looks fine. It looks okay. Nothing special here. And let's go to the glow part, and let's change the glow intensity here. So in the glow part, what we should do here is let's change the glow radius to 100,000, so it brings a more natural light from the backside. No, I think 1000, and let's change the glow intensity to 0.4. So after changing the glow intensity to 0.4, what we need to do right now is pretty simple here, right? So let's check it out if it works perfectly fine. So after checking it down, what will happen here is let's save it first. So saving is very important because guys, you don't want to lose what you have just created, because I have this bad experience here. So after creating the torus, let's hit the torus, let's duplicate the torus. I think we need to change something here, so let's now this is your part, you can customize it as you want. So what I'm gonna do here, it's pretty simple here. So put it in the left side here and put it in the, I think I should make a little bit of adjustment here, and I think I should take it in the top part. This is pretty good. This pretty amazing here. So after the torus is very great here. Now it's your part, as you wish here. You can do it. There's no pressure in this part. So I'll create multiple duplicates of the torus, so I can make a lot of composition here, and it's totally up to you guys as you want to do it. If you want to try it in a bad way, in a good way, or whatever way if you want, it's absolutely normal, absolutely freaking amazing. So let's change that torus rotation to around let's not change it. I think the torus looks absolutely fine here. Yeah, it looks okay. It looks fine in this part, and let's change it to something bigger. So this part is pretty amazing, and let's create something here, and the customization looks up to you totally. So in After Effects, what you have to do, we have to do a lot of things. So let's add hue to this torus, and after adding hue to this torus, what we can do here is pretty simple here. So colorize it, and after colorizing it, you can create something called colorize hue here, and color saturation also, and color saturation to the chest, that's around something like 48. So torus is pretty 29, I guess, 33, 26 here, 48. The saturation looks good. I think let's change this, make some more torus, and let's make some more properties here, and if you can make a little bit of more customization, because my goal here is to make something looks aesthetic, right? So always try to use your creativity here. So if you use your creativity, what will happen, you will create your own unique motion graphics here, and it looks very it is unique in its own part. So always try to follow tutorials, but when you try to follow tutorials, just don't blindly follow it. Just try to use your own creativity, own thoughts, put some own thoughts here, and if you put your own thoughts here, it just makes your own thing. So basically how you can challenge yourself, and how you can, this is how you learn After Effects in the bigger part. After Effects is a very wonderful tool to play around, and you can make a lot of things, and so don't just blindly copy it. That's what I'm saying, or what I'm trying to say right now. So there's a lot of ways you can customize this. There's maybe a billion ways that you can customize this composition, but this is the way how I'm trying to composite the part, and this is how I will do it. And you can do it a lot of things in other way. You can make the circle a little bit smaller, you can make the circle a little bit bigger, or anything else if you want. If you want to make more toruses here, this is also fine. Just totally do it your own way, because in this industry, if you do not show your own unique activities, own this will be really tough to survive in this industry, right? So what I'm trying to do here is pretty simple here. If I'm trying to use my own creativity here and put it in the right side of the track, and it's pretty basic, nothing much customization. You can do it as your own. After Effects is a great tool for things like this, right? You can make great motion graphics, you can create amazing animation here, and it's a very industry standard tool to make amazing motion graphics. You can use it in your professional life, you can use it for your personal pages, or anything else, anything really is which can give you a really great outcome here. And now let's write something here. I think what to write to make it a little bit more, I guess. So let's write something down here. So let's change the size of the text a little bit. I guess I think 49 looks absolutely fine. Pretty good here. The 49 is good, so let's write motion graphics here, and the motion graphics looks pretty wonderful here. It looks good, and let's write again here, and then let's write down graphics, graphics. So the motion graphics is fantastic here. So this looks pretty amazing here, and if you don't try to make it sort of, let's delete this empty text layer which I made it before, and it's pretty good. So let's use some drop shadow here for let's customize some text here. So if you try to customize this drop shadow here, what will do happen is it will change the distance here, and it will change the softness as well. So if you change the softness and if you change the opacity a little bit, let's do something customizing here, and if we do to due to the customization part, I think I made a little bit more, and let's make the graphics part as well. Let's use the drop shadow for the graphics part, and if we change the opacity, let's increase the opacity a little bit, and let's create distance. I think distance is too much. I think this looks absolutely fine. The softness, I think I should make it around 56, and I think there's a lot of let's change the distance to a little bit, I guess 71, I guess, and it looks fantastic here because there's a lot of things going on in this composition, and this feels good, this looks good, and I think this is it. I think this is it, guys. This is how you can make a great colorful circle which will work in your daily life, and it will you can use it for more thing. And let's try to play down. This looks amazing, man. It's very wonderful, very pretty. It's not that I made it, that's why, but it's how I made it. Create your own, and enjoyed. I think you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you, guys, for having so long with me. Thanks.